Is an 11,000 square foot property. And late tonight, we saw agents walking out of this house carrying a cardboard box as well as several bags from the second story of the property out here. They were processing the scene there and could be seen taking notes on a table there.
When you look at Floyd Mayweather, it was like, bro, did you budget? Yeah, you got big injections, but the big payments also went out. Why you got so many?
Yeah, so many of
like I'm talking about from money, cars, clothes.
Yeah, you know where it
and
goes.
the things that's next to the road.
Yeah,
but everybody got a ticket.
Some might say he's not going broke, he just wants to push off paying back the IRS. But I think this next document is a smoking gun. This is the collection appeal request Floyd sent to the IRS on why he couldn't pay. The explanation he sent was, need more time to gather the funds to pay in full. This is the IRS about to start seizing his assets. This isn't a personal loan. Why in the world, if he's made hundreds of millions of dollars, why doesn't he just pay the couple $1 million so he can get the IRS off his back?
Floyd Mayweather is reportedly under major financial strain after U.S. tax officials allegedly placed a $7.3 million tax lien against him. If the issue remains unresolved, authorities could potentially pursue some of his high-value possessions, including his Las Vegas mansion and collection of expensive luxury vehicles.
Car right there. We're gonna take that car.
The IRS has reportedly filed a $7.3 million tax lien against Floyd Mayweather, with the amount allegedly tied to unpaid taxes from 2018 and 2023. Business Insider reported that the lien was recorded in Las Vegas last month. While official records indicated the debt remained unpaid as of March 26, the situation has once again raised questions surrounding how Mayweather handles his finances. Over the course of his boxing career, the former champion has generated hundreds of millions of dollars from major fights, endorsement deals, and various business ventures. Mayweather also once gave Stephen A. Smith a tour of his Las Vegas residence, providing a closer look at the lavish lifestyle associated with the retired boxing star. During the visit, he displayed an extensive collection of high-end automobiles, including Rolls-Royces, Ferraris, Bentleys, and Bugattis, with several of the cars reportedly valued in the millions.
$1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, you know, we are on ESPN. It's a sports cars. It's a sports network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these,
I haven't seen these?
No.
What? Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black LA, white Vegas.
Yeah, in New York, I got my drivers.
And you got your drivers in New York?
Yeah.
Why? Talk to me about why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me are in excess of 15 to 20 million.
Mayweather's Las Vegas residence reflected his extravagant taste, with an indoor pool and spa, marble finishes, multiple elevators, and a massive designer closet packed with Louboutin footwear and Birkin handbags. The property also featured valuable artwork and carefully designed outdoor areas. His collection of luxury watches and jewelry further demonstrated his love for expensive items. The mansion was not simply a place to live. It served as a showcase of his wealth and achievements, becoming another symbol of the lavish lifestyle associated with his famous money nickname.
Oh Lord, this is your closet?
Yeah.
I see the money team hats, along with various others.
Yeah.
Do you even know how many outfits you have?
I wear the same clothes, but I got a ton of clothes, but
You're not overly concerned about clothes. I mean, you're gonna be suited down when you need to be suited and booted for the most part.
Well, today, I got on this today. Today's
I'm not talking about today.
Oh, today's just a chill day. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Today is like, okay, I ain't really got nothing, but you know what I'm saying? I do got a Patek Philippe on my wrist.
Okay.
I think this watch probably costs $100,000 with no diamonds.
Let's move on.
The scrutiny over Floyd Mayweather's financial situation appears to be increasing. According to this post, Mayweather is reportedly facing another lawsuit, this time over an alleged $15,000 unpaid bill for private jet services. This comes shortly after claims involving $330,000 in unpaid rent and the reported $7.3 million tax liability to the IRS. These allegations have added even more focus to the financial challenges being reported around the former boxing champion. Questions have also emerged about whether Mayweather's famously extravagant lifestyle reflects his current financial position. Reports claim that he took an $8 million loss on a mansion, made $54 million in loan payments, dealt with foreclosure involving another property, sold his private jet, and still owes the IRS $7.30 million. Adding to the claims, Logan Paul has alleged that Mayweather owes him another $1.2 million. Former NFL MVP Cam Newton has also commented on the reports, saying he hopes the allegations are not accurate.
Throwing hundreds in the camera. See, when you depict that type of lifestyle, brother, it just gives people the thought to say, man, must be nice.
Must be nice.
But what, it'll be a thing if that runs out. Now, when you're writing bad checks and you're portraying this lavish lifestyle from private jets, PJs, and one of the most dumbest things that I seen, but I admired it. I was like, yo, you know what car or what area Floyd was in because of the color of his car. Did you ever peep that, Peggy?
What color was
See, all his cars was either white or black, depending on where it was. In Vegas, all his cars were a certain color. In Miami, all his cars were a certain color. The same fleet that we need to start getting them receipts and taking it back to the people to say, hey, I got 16 Rolls Royces. I got the 06, 07, 08, 09, 010, 011, 012.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the same car. Why would you
need that?
Anybody who knows luxury, brother, could tell you that's the price of playing luxury. Because how many versions of the Range Rover have you really?
Even with these reported financial issues, Mayweather continues to showcase costly automobiles, including newer Rolls-Royce models and other high-end vehicles. Some critics believe these purchases are intended more to preserve his wealthy public image than to prove that his finances remain secure. The gap between his continued luxury spending and the debts being reported has drawn significant attention. Many people still view him as extremely wealthy, while the IRS is reportedly seeking around $7.3 million in federal taxes through a tax lien.
Wow. And a lot of people think he got it, including the IRS, because he nearly owes them $7.3 million in federal tax lien. So it's like he had it for you to owe $7.3 million. You had to have it.
That means you in taxes.
In taxes.
We was looking at them checks.
Yeah, we was. We was.
I mean, he went from Pretty Boy Floyd, Money Mayweather, to Mr. Pay-Per-View.
Okay.
Because when you look at the reports of all the top grossing pay-per-view participants in the history of pay-per-view, he on there. Multiple times.
In that Mount Rushmore.
So I'm trying to tell you, it's not even a trick. But how did you find?
Questions surrounding Floyd Mayweather's financial position grew stronger after Spencer Cornelia spoke about allegations that the former champion had been using his expensive watches and jewelry as loan security. Cornelia said that messages from August 2025 allegedly indicated that several of Mayweather's watches had been pledged against borrowed money. He further claimed that some pieces were later released once portions of the loans were repaid, while other watches were allegedly still being held as collateral.
And he mentions that people have tried to take advantage of Jonah by bringing lawsuits against him as a way to extort him. And finally, Floyd writes, I appreciate you taking the time to read this letter, Your Honor. I would just ask that you consider my personal testimony that Jonah Recknitz is a good person. He claimed that he didn't know about Jonah's past in the complaint, yet he wrote that letter in support of Jonah, showing he clearly knew about the litigation in New York. So it doesn't seem to add up. Many have speculated that Mayweather is coming out of retirement for a rematch with Pacquiao because he needs the money. Yes, this is why. Around August 2025, Floyd needed cash money, so he decided to start pawning his jewelry. Here's a text on August 25th, 2025 of Jonas sending Floyd an image of his watch and the word loan below. That represents that watch as being within the group that was being pawned. Here's the second image sent on that day. The top image is a collection of watches that were grouped together for a November loan and that many had been returned after the balance was paid down. Here's the next message of another collection of watches that were used for a loan. The image on the left is an exhibit Floyd included in the complaint. Within this list are 4 of the watches you see in the text message on the right that were included in the group of watches that were pawned. This indicates he continues to lie about not knowing that his watches were getting pawned for a loan to fund his lifestyle. What was told to me is that Floyd was running out of money. Now, obviously, his broke is a lot different than broke for me and you, but at this time he needed money, so he decided to pawn $13 million from his watch collection. He does have his own jet and has flown private for a couple decades, and he has an extensive exotic car collection. But what has been shared with me is that his lifestyle is so expensive that he constantly needs to take out loans against all.
Cornelia further alleged that Mayweather had leveraged approximately $13 million worth of watches to access cash. He noted that Mayweather's idea of financial struggle could be far removed from what most people would consider being broke. At the same time, Cornelia suggested that sustaining such an extravagant way of life might require regularly taking loans against valuable belongings. Mayweather has become widely known for showcasing luxury automobiles, private jets, expensive timepieces, and jewelry. These allegations have consequently led to questions over whether the wealth he displays consists entirely of assets he owns outright or includes possessions being leveraged to fund his lifestyle.
March, so around 7 months after he began pawning, he texted his pawn shop lender asking about the balance he owes so Jonah knows what the number is. Jonah, as Floyd's manager and the one who handles all the financial transactions, is the one who ensures that all the loans are paid off. The lender responds $1.85 million in checks, $10.8 million in jewelry, and $1.47 million in fees. And he mentions needing another $360,000 by Friday so the fees don't keep adding up. Floyd received the $13 million for pawning watches in his supposed $100 million watch collection. Jonah shared with me that people pay up to 3% per month, which is why the fees were so high. That loan was almost paid in full. If you reread Joel's message, it makes sense. Joel says, "I have recouped everything and hasn't had to sell any pieces. All that remains is another $360,000 so Floyd doesn't have to pay any more fees." In case you aren't following, Joel can sell the watches that were pawned if Floyd doesn't pay the $13 million back. But he didn't need to sell watches because he was paid back and made $1.5 million in fees. In the complaint, Floyd discusses pawning his $100 million jewelry collection with the words, "to be pledged or placed in the possession of Joel, a Miami jewelry dealer." The amount received was around $13 million. A substantial portion of the pledged jewelry remains in the possession of Joel and Modi, and no accounting has been provided to Mr.
In July 2017, reports claim that Floyd Mayweather was dealing with an IRS tax bill exceeding $30 million. Around the same period, speculation suggested that his planned return to the ring against Conor McGregor was partly driven by the need to address those financial responsibilities. Rather than being solely about answering McGregor's challenges, McGregor took advantage of the reports and used them to question Mayweather's financial position. He suggested that the undefeated boxer needed the matchup more than he did and mocked Mayweather's appearance by implying that he could no longer afford to dress in expensive suits. Those remarks added another layer of hostility to an already heavily promoted event and became part of the story surrounding their 2017 showdown.
Floyd's return on investment is going to be here, but I'll just throw my guess out there for fun. I don't think it's going to be anywhere close to the 18% that 601 was claiming on their website. I think his return is going to look a little bit more like if he were to put his money into a REIT. Like for a simple example, if we look at Realty Income Corp, this is one of the most popular REITs around. They hold over 15,000 commercial properties in their portfolio, spread out over 90 different industries, and these guys pay a monthly dividend of about 5.5% if you invest your money with them. I'm sure 601 is giving Floyd a better return on his investment than Realty Income would give you or I, but it's generally the same concept as what I'm thinking, which means that if you put $100 million into this fund, he's probably making something like $600,000 per month on his investment. Next story. This one is definitely a change of pace. Floyd has now decided to invest a chunk of his money in the famous Versace mansion in Miami.
The latest filing carries even more weight when considered alongside Mayweather's recent financial activity. Business Insider reported toward the end of 2025 that he had sold his private aircraft along with properties located in Miami and Beverly Hills. Other holdings, including residential real estate and his Las Vegas strip club, were reportedly pledged as security against money owed to financier Don Hankey. 2 condominiums at the Trump Las Vegas residences were also temporarily taken over because of unpaid property taxes, although they were returned after the outstanding taxes were settled. Even while dealing with these reported financial pressures, Mayweather continued spending on expensive cars, watches, jewelry, and other luxury items. That contrast has led to questions about his financial choices, particularly as he continued presenting an image of enormous wealth while reportedly dealing with debts, lawsuits, and other financial commitments. Mayweather's acquisition of the famous Versace mansion may appear to be another major display of wealth, but the purchase could have a practical side as well. The property operates as a luxury hotel, giving it the potential to produce revenue instead of functioning solely as a personal home. At the same time, ownership of such a recognizable property provides Mayweather with a prestigious trophy asset and a direct association with the Versace name, which aligns with his well-known appreciation for luxury fashion. The deal can therefore be viewed as a combination of potential business value and personal prestige. However, when considered together with his other significant purchases and the financial difficulties reported around him, the acquisition adds to the perception of Mayweather as someone who continues to display wealth on an exceptionally large scale.
Heck, did Floyd Mayweather want to buy a piece of this place? Well, apparently he's partnering with the current owners, the Nikesh family, and someone else named Eli Gindi to acquire a large stake in the home. He's taken the majority of Gindi's interest for an undisclosed price, and all Floyd had to say about this deal is that he feels blessed to be a part of such an important piece of real estate. Since we have basically no context on his motives here, I'm just gonna do my best to put my spin on why he probably made this move. First, this home will probably spit off some cash flow for him because it is functioning like a hotel at this point. So he's kind of buying into a hotel with this one. Plus, the fact that it's the Versace mansion tells us that it will probably continue to appreciate pretty good over time. Second, this is just one of those trophy properties. Like, this is the type of house that you buy to have in your portfolio just because it makes you feel good and it gives you kind of something to brag about. And last, I don't really know anything about fashion, obviously, but Floyd wears a lot of fancy clothes. Some of those clothes are probably Versace.
As renewed attention focuses on Mayweather's finances, his involvement in major exhibition opportunities has also come under greater scrutiny. A second matchup with Manny Pacquiao has been talked about for several years, yet no official agreement has been completed, and repeated delays have left the event's status unclear. Critics such as Luke Thomas have questioned what continues to drive Mayweather toward these high-paying appearances. Considering the enormous earnings he accumulated throughout his professional career, another bout may not be necessary simply to support himself financially. However, reports of outstanding debts, legal challenges, and a highly expensive lifestyle have fueled speculation that financial gain could still be an important reason behind his interest.
Was landing on him pretty continuously, but Logan was much bigger. And then after the fight, Floyd had said explicitly, I'm not really going to do, I need to know what my limits are here. I'm not really going to go back to doing professional stuff, because during that week he was like, oh, I'd fight McGregor again and blah, blah, blah. He kept doing the exhibition thing. Well, now he's going back to the professional side. So let's talk about it. Why is this fight happening? I actually feel like the explanation is basically threefold, with some of that being really kind of sad.
Mayweather's interest in earning money through major fights has reportedly extended beyond a possible second meeting with Manny Pacquiao. Ali Abdelaziz, the manager of Khabib Nurmagomedov, previously claimed that Mayweather had repeatedly expressed interest in facing Khabib and suggested that financial concerns were part of the reason. Abdelaziz said that Mayweather continued asking about the matchup, while claiming that people contacted him regularly regarding a potential Mayweather-Khabib event. He also stated that his side was not interested in making the fight at that time. Those remarks added further fuel to the ongoing discussion about Mayweather's finances and his interest in high-paying crossover events following his professional boxing career. However, these statements represent Abdelaziz's own description of the situation and do not independently establish Mayweather's financial condition. Rematch with Pacquiao could potentially generate a massive payday while giving Mayweather another opportunity to benefit from their historic rivalry. Until the matchup receives official confirmation, though, any claims about exactly why Mayweather wants the fight remain unproven. Even so, the timing of the reported financial issues has strengthened speculation that money may be influencing his interest in making another return to the spotlight.
And the reporting on Floyd recently has been pretty unambiguous. He is in a lot of debt. And despite the fact that he made over $1 billion during the course of his career, and by the way, did that without sponsors, by and large, without sponsors, is a remarkable achievement. I don't know what he's done with his money, but he doesn't have much more of it. He's now literally doing, I've seen liquor sales, and he's a known teetotaler, which is kind of a strange turn unless you recognize the guy has money issues. The same is true for Pacquiao. Pacquiao had money issues during the latter portion, frankly, of his active run, where he had tax problems, and so where he was competing was, at certain points, he would go to places that had like low tax thresholds just so he could hold on to more of his purse. So his situation is certainly one of these as well. These guys need money, and I don't know what the purse is going to be for Netflix. I suspect it will be substantial, but let's just be honest about it. Reason number one, they're broke. Reason number two, to me, I don't have much to say on this because I have not figured it out, but there's just a lot of nostalgia.
That brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for more updates. Until next time.